Well, welcome back, everyone. The social justice warriors on the left are at it again, trying to cancel anyone who dares have conservative values, right? Well, talk radio host Joe Pags tells Newsmax he has already lost one advertiser, and the leftist media is now calling for his entire show to be canceled, all over an interview he did with Senator Ron Johnson. We talked about this interview on the program. Here's what the senator said as a little reminder during that discussion about what happened January 6th at the Capitol.
On January 6th, I never felt threatened because I didn't. And mainly because I knew that even though those thousands of people there were marching to the Capitol were trying to pressure people like me to vote the way they wanted me to vote, I knew those are people that love this country. Now, had the tables been turned, and Joe, this got me in trouble. Had the tables been turned and President Trump won the election, and those were tens of thousands of Black Lives Matter and Antifa protesters, I might have been a little concerned.
All right, so I said I get exactly what he's talking about here. The left twisted his words around, but it's more than that now. They want to cancel Joe Pags. He had a United States senator on his program. You're canceling people now over their guests? Well, I want to welcome in syndicated talk show host Joey Pags. Joe, great to have you back on.
Grant, good to see you, brother.
So, like I said, you have a guest. He's a sitting United States senator, and now they want your head, don't they?
Well, they want his head. They're calling for his resignation, but they're lying. You are much nicer than I'm going to be. They are lying. Don Lemon, Poppy Harlow, Jim Sciutto, just go down the list. Raw Story, Daily Beast, Huffington Post, ABC, NBC, CBS. They all have been lying their faces off over what Ron Johnson said. And as you've eloquently put out there, Johnson said, I condemn all rioting from all political sides of the spectrum. My full interview's out there. He says, I condemned the rioters that day. He was talking about the 100 to 100,000 protesters who peacefully gathered to march toward the Capitol to let them know how they felt. He wasn't talking about the rioters. Every headline you've seen, every headline I've seen has said he was calling the rioters fine. I wasn't scared of them because they're white. He would have been afraid of black people. That's a bold-faced lie. And the problem is, Grant, I don't know if they know they're lying or if they're just stupid. I'm not sure which one it is, but what they're doing is disgusting.
Well, Joe, you and I both know they're lying, and they're doing this with a political agenda. Now, I've defended Ron Johnson, spelled out exactly what you did on this. I thought it was a great interview you did with him, but here's what I'm really concerned about. You have lost an advertiser over this. Is that right?
Well, what I did was I leave my advertisers up, whether they're current or whether they've been in the past on my website. And we were contacted by one of these advertisers still showing up on my website with a code PAGS if you want to buy their stuff. And they said, we need to not be on his website because of the recent racial comments. I'm like, what are you talking about? Nobody made a racial comment. And what Ron Johnson said was BLM and Antifa. Grant, you know as well as I do that Antifa is made up a bunch of middle, upper class white guys who are out there starting trouble in Portland and elsewhere. But they forget that part. And Don Lemon literally said Ron Johnson would have been okay with white rioters. His problem was that the rioters his problem would be if the rioters were black. He literally said this was a white and black issue when that was never mentioned. And again, Johnson over and over said, I condemn it. And you know that I'm not a white supremacist. You know what white supremacists do, Grant? They tell everybody they're white supremacists, and they act that way. These people are trying to cancel Ron and me because we dare, tell the truth on my show. That's nuts. It's like you tell the truth every night and you should be canceled. That's stupid.
Well, go figure, Joe. You and I have it in common. The left both think we're both white supremacists. In fact, they think everybody that's conservative is a white supremacist. I want to play this clip again from your interview with Ron Johnson, where he really spells out some of the facts here. Listen.
Why is it now we can paint all conservatives with a broad brush, everybody's violent, and you can't say anything about liberals when Antifa and Black Lives Matter clearly are violent when they show up somewhere?
Well, first of all, those riots resulted in $1 to $2 billion worth of property damage and up to 26 people dead. But apparently those were righteous riots.
All right. Those are facts. They want to ignore all that. Joe, I'll give you the last word.
The bottom line is this. When you're watching a television show, listening to a radio show, reading an article online, or in your hands in a magazine or newspaper, be skeptical. Do not believe what you're reading. Check it with 18 different sources. And if you can find the original source, get Grant's entire interview, get his entire program, watch my entire interview or listen to it, then make a comment. Look, if you've got a problem with what Ron Johnson said or what I said, I'm open to that, provided you're coming from a place of truth. And Grant, they're not. That's my problem.
Yeah, mine too. Well, I know you continue to call them out, Joe. We do too. It's a good partnership we got going here. We'll keep it up, buddy. It's always great to see you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Grant.
You got it. You know, he gives great advice, by the way, folks. Do your own research. You know, the other thing too is find people you trust. I hope you trust me. I hope you trust Joe Pags. You find people like that and then see what they think about things. Ask people you trust, but you got to do your own homework. Just don't believe everything you're reading and hearing on TV and on the internet, please.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, where real news for real people.